J. Cole is playing professional basketball in China, so today I'm putting him in the NBA. But there's one problem. He's 41 years old. But today we're rewinding time and drafting him into the NBA out of high school. And with him being 41 years old in real life, he's in LeBron's draft class. Chris Bosh is gonna go second to the Pistons. And third, we probably have Melo or Wade. Wade's gonna be a Nugget. And unless Melo falls to the Heat, he's gonna be a Toronto Raptor. But we just ran into another problem as J. Cole falls out of the second round and goes undrafted. Which makes sense because he's the worst player in the NBA. But technically, he's not even in the league yet. He's a free agent. But one team would take a chance on him, and that team would end up being the Washington Wizards. Never mind, I was about to put him on the Wizards, but the Trailblazers actually gave him a two-way contract. I'm so surprised he got picked up. I was just gonna send him to a random team. And also, he's somehow up to a 62 overall already. I guess he was working hard in the offseason. He's not even a bottom 10 player in the league anymore. But he's still the 12th worst player. And with his team not being that great, hopefully that means he can move up in the rotation fast. So with J. Cole now being one of the worst players in the NBA, he'll be able to spin from this upgrade wheel at the beginning of every season. And for season number 1, let's see if we can at least get something good here. And we are gonna land on Giannis's finishing. That is gonna be huge for him. Before the upgrades, he's a 62 overall and his inside scoring is a D+. So now after giving him Giannis Antetokounmpo's finishing, he's up from a 62 overall all the way to a 69. But he's got a long way to go. He's still the 13th best player on the team. And I'm extremely confused. The lineup automation's on auto and they have him as the starting point guard. I don't know why. That makes absolutely zero sense. There are 2 point guards better than him, but I am not complaining. The only problem is he is on a two-way deal, so I think the max amount of games he can play is 41. In J. Cole's NBA debut, they're gonna get blown out by the Lakers, and he was second in scoring with 18 points. He did have 5 turnovers and 5 fouls, but it was his first game, so we're gonna cut him some slack. The MVP is gonna go to Kobe, and the Rookie of the Year obviously won't go to J. Cole. His overall is dropping like crazy. He's not happy going back to the G League. On the season, he was able to average 13 points a game. That is really good considering his overall, and he had good shooting splits. Thank goodness for that Giannis finishing, because his 3-point and free throw percentage are not great. And even though he only played in 47 games, he started in 32 of them. That's pretty good coming into the league as the worst player in the NBA. And as for the Blazers, they were not close at all to making the playoffs. They're the worst team in the NBA. In the draft lottery, I think the Blazers should be able to get the first pick and they fall to 2. I'm assuming the Heat are going to get Dwight Howard. They are. And with the second pick, I feel like the Blazers are going to take Okafor. They take Devin Harris. That is not great for J. Cole considering he's a point guard. And I thought J. Cole was going to leave, but they're going to give him a qualifying offer. But J. Cole is a free agent. He is restricted, but he does have an offer. So I'm going to sim through free agency and see where he goes. Moment of truth, is he still on the Blazers? He is, and he's a 76 overall already. I don't know why the overalls are out of order. And I was going to say the fact that he's the same overall as Devin Harris is huge, but he's dropping by 1. And I don't know what is up with this team, but they have 7 different point guards on the roster. He is still starting though. That's a good sign. And they have Manu on the team now. But to make J. Cole even better, he gets another wheel spin at the start of his second season and he gets +5 to his overall. And that is huge because he goes from a 75 overall all the way up to an 80. And just like that, he's the second best player on the team already. Shaq's gonna win the MVP. The Lakers are dominating. And Dwight Howard's gonna win the Rookie of the Year. He could have been on our team if we didn't fall. Dwayne Wade just won the most improved player, going from 22 to 34 points a game in just his second season. And as for J. Cole, he's the best player on the team now with Zach Randolph's overall going down. Now on the season, he's gonna average 18.6 rebounds and 5 assists a game with a steal and a block and a half. And all of his percentages skyrocketed. And it looks like he's officially a starter as he started all 82 games. The Blazers are somehow not in the playoffs though. With a couple weeks to go, they were the 6th seed. I don't know what happened. In this draft, let's see who the Blazers were able to get. They got Brandon Bass. And J. Cole signed a 2-year deal, so he's not a free agent yet. In player progression, he's all the way up to an 87 overall. Him and Devin Harris might be the new backcourt now. And unfortunately, Zach Randolph is gone. So at the start of J. Cole's 3rd season, he's the 5th best point guard in the league. And that's before giving him his 3rd upgrade. This time around, it looks like he's gonna get Kyrie Irving's handles. That doesn't really do much though. It's just gonna max out his ball handle, but it does make him an 88. LeBron is on the Warriors now and he just won the MVP. I don't know why the Cavs didn't keep him. That is crazy. He's a 94 overall in his 3rd season. Chris Paul's gonna win the Rookie of the Year on the Jazz. Boris Diaw took Shaq's number. Where did Shaq go? I'm super confused. Shaq is on the Spurs now. And Dwayne Wade's on the Bulls now. Everyone's just switching teams. How? Kevin Garnett and LeBron are teammates. We actually made the playoffs this time. We're the 8th seed. And on the season, J. Cole is up to 22.7 boards and 6 assists a game. The fact that we have to play the Suns in the first round is kind of rough. Because last season, Gilbert Arenas won the finals MVP. And in J. Cole's first ever playoff game, they're actually putting up a fight against the defending champions. Gilbert Arenas is going to get an open mid-range. I don't know what kind of defense that was, but he's going to miss. J. Cole's going to slow down the break. Let's see if he can do something here. He's He's gonna find Bonzi Wells in the corner. He's getting clamped up by Shawn Marion. That is great defense, and he's gonna miss the jumper, but he almost gets the board. I'm surprised it even got that close. Gilbert Arenas finds Simmons for the dunk, and the Suns go up 4. That's not ideal with under a minute to go. J. Cole finds Wells again, and he misses another mid-range. The Suns are gonna make their first free throw and miss their second, so the Blazers are still alive here. 93% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe to help me hit my goal of 35,000 subscribers. They are running out of time though. They're gonna find J. Cole, the wing three, it's off. But even after that game 1 loss, the Blazers are able to force a game 7. And all that hype was for nothing. They blew it. They had a terrible third quarter and now they're eliminated. They just got cooked by Gilbert Arenas. But J. Cole had a great playoff run. These shooting splits are crazy, so I can't complain. And he made his first All-Star team this season. Okay, this is crazy. Melo's on a new team now and he's gonna win a championship. In the first round, they swept Kobe. The second round, they swept the defending champs. Then he beat LeBron and then he beat Dwayne Wade. I want to see J. Cole make a run like that, but it might be with a different team because he's an unrestricted free agent. I'm just gonna go through free agency and see what team he goes to. First of all, let's check. If he's on the Blazers, then he's gonna return there signing a 5-year deal. That is great. He's also up to a 92 overall. That's gonna make him a top 3 point guard in the NBA. And in just his 4th season, J. Cole's on the All-NBA first team, putting up 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists a game. He's finally a good 3-point shooter, and the Blazers continue to get better. They're up to the 6th seed. But in round 1, they have to go up against a trio of Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Shaquille O'Neal. And that one went just about how everyone thought it would go. At the start of J. Cole's 5th season, he's up to a 94 now. That's gonna put him at the 2nd best point guard in the league. But with his season 5 upgrade, he could potentially move up to the best point guard in the NBA as he gets Magic Johnson's passing. So now all 3 of his passing stats are about to be maxed out. And he's tied with Tony Parker for the best point guard in the league. With Magic's passing, J. Cole's back on the All-NBA first team, averaging 28.7 rebounds and 9 assists a game. And the West is super stacked. The Blazers were 1 game off 60 wins and they're still the 5th seed. After the top 6 teams, the West falls off though. But in the first round, J. Cole gets a rematch against Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and Shaq. With Shaq being a little bit worse now, it looks like they at least have a chance. But they're gonna lose games 1 and 2 by a lot. They're gonna take game 3 and they can't tie the series up. So down 3-1, they're fighting and they're gonna lose in 5. J. Cole continues to get better. He's up to a 97 and the Blazers get Brandon Roy. I don't know why OKC let go of him. He was great last season and he's already a 90 overall. Right now, J. Cole's the 2nd best player in the league behind LeBron, but this next upgrade might change that. Here goes nothing. Let's get something good here on the wheel, and it looks like he's gonna get De'Aaron Fox's speed. His speed and speed with ball are only moving up by 4 each, so I don't think that's gonna move him to a 98 overall, and it won't. And with Brandon Roy on his team now, J. Cole's gonna average 31, 9, and 9 to win the MVP. Devin Harris is gonna win the 6th man of the year, and the Blazers are the 1 seed winning 65 games. Brandon Roy made the All-NBA 2nd team, even though his numbers dropped, but he still averaged 19, 7, and 9 assists a game somehow. But him and J. Cole both shot amazing from the field and from 3. And wow, J. Cole was 2nd in scoring, but he wasn't even close to that scoring title. Round 1, they have to face the Mavs led by Dirk and Kyle Lowry. They're gonna sweep them. And in the 2nd round, J. Cole has a chance to get revenge on Gilbert Arenas. I'm kind of scared though, because on paper, their team definitely does look better than our team, at least their starting lineup. But the Blazers are gonna take a 3-1 lead and make it out in 5. But now in J. Cole's first conference finals appearance, he has to face LeBron. At least they don't have Kevin Garnett anymore. So here goes nothing. Game 1's gonna go to the Warriors by just 1 point. Game 2, the Blazers win by 4. Game 3, the Blazers win by 14. They're gonna take a 3-1 lead, and they're not gonna be able to make it out in 5 or 6. But in Game 7, with a chance to advance to the finals on the line, the Blazers are down by 1. J. Cole's gonna hand it off to Brandon Roy, and he gets a turnover. That was a terrible play. Jason Richardson on the breaks, and a fine McNeil for the open jumper. He's gonna miss, and LeBron can't come up with the board. Another chance to score here for the Blazers. J. Cole's gonna drive to the rack. I did not expect him to score that easily. Let's see if they can get a stop here. LeBron's gonna swing it to Jay Williams in the corner. He gets an open mid-range, and he's gonna brick. That is big. Now we have Devin Harris slowing down the break. He's gonna find Brandon Bass on the wing, who hands it off to J. Cole. J. Cole on the drive is gonna take the step back. He's not gonna shoot it though, but he finds Brandon Roy wide open, and his three's good. That is a big shot to put the Blazers up 4. Now LeBron's gonna ISO with the half spin. He makes his way towards the paint. He's gonna go up with the layup, and he misses it, but he gets his own rebound. Another chance for LeBron, and he makes it a 2-point game. Here we go. J. Cole on the ISO. I don't know what he's cooking up. He's just running around the court. He's gonna take the jumper. It's contested, and he's gonna miss. And look at the coach's reaction to that shot. He was pissed. That play's gonna keep the Warriors alive. Devin Harris's ankles just got broken. Jose Calderon's gonna use the screen. He finds LeBron in the post for the deep hook, and he doesn't tie the game up, but they get the offensive rebound. LeBron, another chance, misses his 2nd shot. So now Brandon Bass needs to hit both of these free throws. He's gonna miss the first. That's not a good start at the line. Can he at least hit the second? He can. But now the Warriors have 13 15 seconds to tie things up with a 3 here. Jose Calderon's gonna pull it from deep and he's gonna miss. And with Devin Harris knocking down both free throws, the Warriors are gonna run out of time and the Blazers are gonna move on to the NBA Finals. In a big game 7, J. Cole dropped 50 points and 10 assists. Him and Brandon Roy carried the team. And now in the finals, they get to play a 5 seed. I forgot, this is the team with Dwight Howard. Here goes nothing. Game 1, the Blazers are gonna take by about 20. Game 2, they win by over 50. J. Cole had a 54-point near triple-double. Game 3, the Heat are gonna take though. Dwight Howard had 26 points. J. Cole only had 19. He shot 3 for 11. And now I'm scared the Heat are gonna tie it up. And in game 4, the Blazers win by almost 30. J. Cole, bro, he drops almost triple-doubles every game. And in game 5, the Blazers are gonna take down the Heat, winning J. Cole a championship in season number 6. So he's gonna complete the challenge and win a finals MVP along the way, averaging 36 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks a game in the series. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see me put LeBron's career in reverse, click the video on the screen right now.